Hi everyone, I'm Felicia and this is Jalee, and today we're going to be demonstrating how to do a push-up in various different ways. So I think with all the ways that we cover, hopefully you'll be able to find a push-up scenario that works for you. So Jalee's going to start, and she's going to start with kind of what you think of the classical push-up, except she's going to start with using the stairs, so that can kind of make things a little bit easier if you can't fully do a push-up on the ground. So you see her stairs there, and there's two versions of this, as you can see. So there was the first one she did on her knees, and the second one where she did on her feet. So that is one way to do, or that was, I guess, two ways to do a push-up using the stairs to help you out. And then if you're able to do a push-up flat on the floor, she's going to demonstrate that one for you as well. And again, you can see that there are two ways to do that as well. So she's starting with the knees, and she's going to move to the feet and lifted knees. So those are four ways already that you can do a push-up. For those who might have a little bit of trouble getting on the floor, or if the floor push-up is a little bit too difficult, that's okay. There's so many other ways to do it too. And it could be something that you might want to work towards. So I am going to show you how to do a push-up seated. So one way that you can do a push-up seated is if you have a counter or something that's kind of at arm level, grab a chair, place it in front of the counter like I have here, and then on the chair facing the counter, you're just going to do the same motion. I find it easier to kind of drop my knees a little bit so that you have a little bit more weight to work with. So you're lining yourself up with the counter, facing forward, and just bending forward, that same motion, and pushing away from the counter. So bending forward and pushing away from the counter. So that's one way that you can do it seated. If that is still too hard for you, that's okay too. You can work up to that one. Even just having the motion of pushing your arms forward and pulling them back can be helpful as well. And it can be even more helpful to just sort of envision that you're pushing a wall away from you and pulling your arms back. So that can be something to start with, and then work your way up to using the counter. And then a kind of step up from that might even be using the wall. So in my scenario, I have stall bars against the wall, so I'll probably use those. But you can just use a plain flat wall to do this as well. So just lining yourself up against the wall, same position, arms right out in front of you, and kind of on the balls of your feet at the back, having your feet kind of a little bit further out, and just bending those arms, remembering to keep those elbows in, forward and push away. So forward and push away. And I'll show you kind of a version sideways as well, so you can kind of get the side profile. Again, on the balls of your feet there. And again, forward toward the wall and push away. Forward toward the wall and push away. So those are another 4 variations of how you can do a push-up. If you want kind of, I guess, a middle ground between going from seated, doing the seated push-up, to doing the one against the wall, to doing the one on the floor, you could even use the counter again, standing. And this one is a little bit harder than the seated one that we did. So it can kind of be the next step up sort of thing. And again, just using the counter. Let me get a better angle there. So I'm just using the counter here. And again, same position on the balls of my feet, and just forward and pushing away. Forward and pushing away. So you should feel that in your kind of chest muscles and through the triceps at the back, and a little bit in your biceps as well. So that was the push-up in many different variations. Hopefully you find one in there that works for you. And thanks for joining us. Have a great day.